last episode, the party all met up, attempted to kill one another whilst fighting off some slavers. The University of Max Taste burnt down. So, along with Skooma Joe and a cart of newly found trade goods, which he reckons he can sell for the best price, guaranteed. They are now making their way down south to Armory Waters. At the end of the last episode, they had just finished up a lunchtime meal and a bit of a chat in the State Celestial, a small fortified forest inn on the crossroads. So now they're all pretty much leaving that inn with their cart and making their way, continue on down south. So while we're doing this, I'll get Sky. Can you just make a rough 10-ish foot wide road down the middle? You can use cuts and whatever. It can be trees. Doesn't have to take up the whole map.
So 10 is 2 squares.
Yeah,
from
2
there?
squares. Yep. It can be rough as hell. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. And then I'll get everyone to put their characters where they want to be. Do we have the cart, Lamb? So to get a marching order, so we'll say we're moving in that direction, just so I can see who's at the lead, who's trailing. Grant, you have to be on the cart because you are the only one. Azzoth Bolg is the only one that can drive the cart competently.
If you move them over there and signal that way, because Grant's blocking you from the angle that I have.
So we character pieces you can find your dudes.
If we move it closer towards you, yeah.
Oh, this angle table.
Oh yeah, that too.
What's that?
Angle.
Oh yeah, that works.
Is that you?
That's his name.
Yeah. So where's El Pato?
Yes, I just didn't want to move that.
And
So
Sky, if you just draw some large trees around the place as well.
After my epic backstory, I'm now a
A
valet.
scattering of trees
You're a valet.
about this
I'm
big.
now a cart.
They're quite large trees.
About this big?
Yep. They're the tree trunks. So pretty dense forest that you're in still. So you're still making your way through the Lesana forest. Yep, that's a tree. No, that's a tree.
That's a tree. You can't move a tree like that.
Any cups on the board are trees because they're very large trees.
Is that
Kind
how you
of
want it?
picture your gigantic, California and redwood trees.
Sauce
Sauce bottles are also trees.
We've got actual tree. We've got tree.
So Grant, you're on the cart.
Does anyone have a spare pen?
And
Or just a writing pen? Yeah.
yes,
Sorry.
And everyone else, put yourselves where you are, including Lamb's following. Sorry, Idrach's following.
Is this where we pick up the stray
You
donkey?
can move them further forward if you want to be all behind the cart. You're leading the way, everyone else is kind of trailing along.
I'm afraid I don't
A
have
small
a
army.
small for the
I
card.
might be on the side.
That's right.
Is that big enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where the
you're moving
bodyguards.
the path that you're moving down. It looks like back in the day is a very well used path, but kind of looks like over the last few years it's had reduced traffic, but it's still a pretty good quality and quite wide. If there's another cart coming the other direction, you'd have to bring your cart off to the edge, but you could probably still keep trundling along.
So it's the old Hollywood, the scenery's moving and we're not.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Exactly. So it's still quite dim. It's kind of the middle of the day, but the tree canopy is kind of going over the top of the road, so it's fairly dim. So I'll get whoever is leading to make either a survival check or a perception check.
Well, this was a terrible plan.
got dice, yeah.
Yes, I just got to get my character sheet.
So Idrach is bravely leading the way with the donkey out front as the vanguard.
Does the donkey roll?
Yeah, the donkey's going to roll these at first.
No, he trots. Unless you push him over.
Oh, it was 20 gold painted.
No rolling my donkey.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Could I borrow a d20 for a
Is that
second?
okay?
I'm waiting for you to get my character.
They send it 10th of June. That's when it's going to be finished production.
You mean after my character gets chilled out the door?
Pretty much.
Survival 17.
17? Right, good to know. So you're making your way along. Seems to be quite a quiet day. Just kind of gentle breeze rustling the trees around you, but it seems to be
Where's the spare one?
fairly cool but fine weather. As you're making your way along, it's starting to get later into the afternoon, and you notice kind of coming up ahead of your party, Idrach. You see a hole on the side of the road.
How big's the hole?
About 5 foot across.
Sort of in the middle of the road, so we can't get
Just off to the the edge of the left. You'll be able to go kind of get around it.
Yeah. I'll point out that it's there.
Alright, so it's a little bit off ahead of you for now. You'll just keep cruising. So yeah.
So a big hole up the front.
Just 5 foot wide. That's 10 foot, but yeah.
When you say hole, we're talking. Is like mounds of earth around it, so it looks like it's a burrow, or is it like more like a sinkhole?
With that perception check, it looks,
Sorry.
you're still a little bit away from it, but it looks like something has burrowed up from the ground with that good perception roll.
Okay, something's come out of the ground.
Yes.
Can I see anything, hear anything in the local vicinity that would imply something's going on?
Give me another perception check. You're in front of the camera again.
You make a better door than
6.
6. Nothing you can hear. Kind of a couple of birds up in the trees. Other than that, it seems pretty silent. Just kind of some wind blowing through and rustling the leaves around. But no other movement that you can notice.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Roger. Just going to pull out your leather thong and the shimmer of the arcane armor forms around you. And you continue on. Your cart has to push slightly off to the edge of the road, so it kind of slows down as it squeaks along, going next to it.
Am I able to detect any magic
Can I?
coming up?
You want to cast Detect Magic?
Can I cast? Is that
Do you have a spell? Sweet, so make sure you burn your spell slot for that.
Okay.
Race.
Is it?
Good girl.
Racial ability, can you do it once per day or once per short rest? Rest?
You.
Right, we'll figure out the spells as we go.
I think it's once per.
So he's done a perception check on it.
Yep, so
Can I do another
Bubble of
one?
magic.
if you want to have a look up close, you can do a
Once per short.
investigation.
Once per short.
No dramas, so just tick that off, temporary or whatever. So yeah, you kind of, what's it look like when you cast Detect Magic as a Firbolg?
I shimmy it.
Shimmy in the kind of the fur kind of, your slightly longer kind of shaggy hair kind of like flicks in front of your eyes, and as it kind
Points in the direction.
flicks in front. So you see your usual burst of magic from your lovely cloak. You see on each of your fellow party members, you can see little bits and pieces. So there's a kind of silver horn hanging off of the large half-orc Azzoth, which has a slight glow to it. You can see a slight glow coming out of Geode's pocket.
Everyone has
So
something
some
magical.
nice glowing boots on Esme,
I'm so shiny.
and you can make out a hint of magic glowing on the belt or wherever Idrach keeps his wand. Other than that, you don't notice anything magical around the place.
I rolled an 8.
8 for investigation.
Yeah.
So yeah, coming up to the edge of the hole, looking down, looks like it's collapsed back in, so the hole doesn't tunnel off into anywhere. It's about 7 or 8 feet deep, 5 feet wide. Looks like something's tunneled up out of it, but you don't see anything else around here.
Could I do knowledge nature to work out what it was?
Yep, give me a nature check.
15.
So yeah, looking around, you can see some claw marks tunneling up out of it. You're not exactly sure what it is, but it is some sort of not large but decent sized tunneling creature. Definitely predatory from the claw marks that you can kind of see coming up.
That looks like a dire badger.
Can we?
Probably not a dire badger.
Do you want to toss a tone in and see if they're still in there,
No.
or you just want to take your chances and go around it?
Well, yeah.
At this stage, yeah, you're all you've had to look up around it.
Why poke a sleeping
Badger.
dire badger?
But you managed to continue on, kind of bumping around it, back onto the main road, and continue on a little bit further. And Idrach, I'll use that initial roll you made beforehand, the decent one. Up ahead of you, maybe 50 feet ahead, just on the left-hand side of the road, you see just a brief flicker of movement behind one of the trees.
How we're talking sort of knee level?
It's hard to see. You thought you just saw something kind of at about shoulder level, kind of just move somewhere back in behind the tree. One of the trees on the left-hand side specifically.
Oh, okay. Watch out on the left. There's something in the trees. Might be that badge.
You want to have a look at it?
Can I do a
No.
perception?
Okay.
Quite happy travelling down the road if it comes out.
It's more the
yeah,
make sure if you guys have moved around in the party order. So
No,
Sky,
I
you
think-
wanted to you stand near the cart with the ops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still
Can I cast Mage Armor on myself?
Sure can. Make sure you tick off your spell slot
Did you want
or
me
your
to?
ability. Yeah, give me a perception if you want. As he calls out that, you're kind of peeking around
Nat
the place.
20 plus 2.
You can do it on the app. So if you go to the spell.
With that, I'll get you to everyone roll initiative,
Oh, what?
and I'll explain what you'll see with that very good perception roll. What's the modifier out to total?
22 it would be.
Yeah, that's good.
Don't worry, I've got a bad one.
Here
One.
we go again.
No.
There's a dice there. It's behind.
Oh, it's there. Sorry, getting confused with the different blue dice with white numbers.
Right, everyone got initiative?
Rolls higher.
So
Your
that will
initiative,
be
it should say your initiative modifier, which would be
So it's plus 0 for you.
Okay, thank you.
it'll be plus your dex,
Oh, nice.
in general. Right, so 25 to 20. 1 second.
You got more
20 down to 15.
Yes.
Is that your roll there? The thing?
15 down to 10. Good rolls everywhere.
Wow.
10 down to 5. So we got a 6.
I got a 5.
So Idrach, Geode.
What did you guys?
I got a 3, but a 4.
And what do you get?
Solid one.
A strong 1.
Are you ready then? Sorry.
I got a 4.
What's your name again?
Ellen's got the
Sorry.
best roll out of all of us.
Elspeth.
Elspeth. And Azzoth. Alright, so it's alright, puppy. As you hear him, Idrach call out to keep an eye out. You look around, and up ahead,
Emma?
peeking out from the next tree, kind of towards and in the forest from where Idrach was looking. If you want to put one in front of
Idris is going to come in.
where that big circle is, peeking around on the left hand side. So left. Yep. So that big circle, put it on the left hand side of it. So peeking around, a little bit further behind. Behind it. There you go. That's a very large tree.
He's left.
Yeah, I was trying to work out who's
My
left.
left, sorry. And then you also see 2 smaller creatures that don't look like this at all.
What do they look like?
Oh,
They look like. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't print it out because that would have been easier.
It's okay.
Easier to show you instead of describing, but bladed legs and their mouths full of just jagged little teeth.
I'm trying to remember what that looks like. It's from.
Starship Troopers.
Thank you.
Yeah, very
Yes.
for anyone watching, very Starship
Evil.
Trooper-esque
They're quite spiky.
creatures.
Spider monsters. that just
So the
jump
one
at us.
up behind that large tree looks like a larger one. Yeah, 2 behind this tree here. It looks like they're just coming scurrying down the side of the tree, just kind of claws digging into the trunks. Wait, that works. Claws digging into the trunks as they come kind of scurrying down. You can see they're trying to sneak, but with that perception check, you managed to see them
Sense
coming.
everything.
So they won't get a surprise round.
Sure.
However, I did roll a 23 and a 22 initiative for them. So the adult Krufik,
Is that giant one?
yep.
Do we want to do the little bunch or
That's right,
the
no.
big one?
Got biggest
Yes,
one.
plus
There
is
we
that.
go.
That's
Plus
the big
is-
one.
Right, perfect. And then 2 little ones.
I'm set up for arachnophobes.
Plus it's the wolf. So the big one's going to go first
Hey?
Don't like
and come around the side of the tree. And the closest target to him, who's that?
That's Magnus.
Magnus. He's going to do 2 spike attacks, one onto.
It can fire.
Yep. So comes around there. So Magnus and the donkey. So one shot
Where's
each.
protect the ox?
Hey?
So
Protect the ox.
16 plus stuff onto Magnus. I assume that hits, and 10 plus.
You've got it, their stats.
Commoner stats. So yeah, it hits. So yeah, both hit. I don't actually have the donkey stats on me, unfortunately. It hits, yeah. I'm pretty sure a 15 hits.
I think it's AC 12.
You don't remember that.
So what?
Other concentration
So they both take 5 points of damage. So I believe Magnus is unconscious. The donkey
It's fine.
is.
I think it's got. It's
Yeah,
it's got 2
I'll
hit
let
dice.
you check, yeah. So the donkey kind of. So coming around the corner, you just see this thing kind of rear its head back, and just out the side of its head come these just darts speed out and slam into Magnus, and he falls unconscious with a kind of grunt, and the donkey just starts yelling and going ballistic. The 2 small ones are going to rush to whoever is closest. So one's going to rush towards the cart. So you're going to attack Azzoth Bold. The other one is going to rush onto here and attack whoever this is.
Hey!
15, 20.
So Grant's name is Azzoth.
Azzoth.
Yeah, Azzoth.
And I'm Azroth.
Azzoth.
If it's
Geode.
originally. But I'm Geode now
Oh,
because of
okay.
my stony skin.
Yeah.
So 21 to hit Azzoth,
Oh,
and
what's
Oh,
21?
it's 21.
That hits.
12 to hit Elspeth. Does that hit? Nope. Right, so
Nice.
the stab.
The cloak's just like.
Yeah.
So Azzoth
Just
takes
grab him,
4
Jackie.
points of damage as this horrific spidery kind of creature comes just scuttling up and just jams one of its spiked legs into your side.
Do Dan want some more chicken?
Next up, we're on to Esme. Your turn.
I'm going to cast Firebolt at
Is that
this.
an
That one.
The one
Roger.
that's-
It is an action.
Shoot.
Look at this.
Sorry, I'd say.
Oh,
Is it action?
Yeah, you need to kind of just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, you can get a clear
take
shot.
A side step.
Yep.
Yeah.
You kind of stand behind the cart.
Stand behind the cart.
Otherwise, sorry, Trader Joe.
7.
This
Does this-
an action.
So you'll be adding.
Plus 6. 13. Does 13 hit?
13 doesn't hit. So you kind of lean around and it kind of catches a glimpse of the flame coming towards it and
You can duck back.
ducks down back underneath and it flings over the top.
Okay. I'm going to.
Idrach next.
Am I allowed to move?
Yeah.
Can I
It's
scramble
pretty
underneath the cart
Sure.
with the monkey?
Can do.
Carrying it.
Cowering underneath the cart. Can do. Idrach, you're up. And Geode, you're next.
I'll cast Sleep on the big one.
Sleep on the big one.
For 28.
So you see its kind of head start to dip down for a second, but it shakes its head off
Oh,
and just looks into your direction.
And I'll use my move action to drag him over to the side of the path.
Sure.
So I can do that and that.
Geode, you're up.
I'm going to
But
grab
isn't it an action?
It's also
my
So
sword.
I do that.
Can I get in between this and the oxen, or is the oxen too big?
No, you can squeeze around through the front of it. Yeah.
Jump on him! Oh,
No,
no,
you
he's
can
gonna
squeeze
panic
around
and
between.
run.
I triple up.
Trip
I don't triple up.
up the tank that's running in front to protect you guys.
And I'll stand there and I'm going to slice him with my greatsword and green flame.
Roger, roger.
Cat point.
Do it. Roll it.
Oh, okay.
one that should.
10, 15.
Doesn't quite hit.
What?
So bring your sword down and just hits it slightly off angle and it just clings off of its hard carapace.
Okay. And then I'm gonna stand at the ready, I guess.
Elspeth, you're up next.
Blade.
You're just gonna stand there?
I can move.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I can't move.
Elspeth, next.
Okay, so I want to cast Bless, but I'm trying to work out how
Mhm.
far I can actually cast it because it's 30 feet.
That's
Yep.
it.
So I can go 1, 2, but that is just slightly out, isn't it? So if I move over here,
So yeah, so you can move kind of into here without
I won't cause
without
it.
leaving. If you leave around here, he'll attack you. But yeah, you can
Hop over.
yeah, you can squeeze into that side.
Okay, and then
Yep.
so I'll bless 1, 2, 3.
Yep, cool.
Yep, not for
Some
you.
less pieces, beautiful. And concentration on you as well.
Yep,
Ah,
I get concentration. Confidence.
And it was Ellen, wasn't it?
Yes, Ellen.
yes.
Am I concentrating?
No, I concentrate.
No, you had a cast
Oh.
for concentration. You got less. So plus a
I
D4
mage armor, that
to
is a
attack or
concentration,
saving
is it?
throws.
I
Azzoth,
see.
I just
Okay.
remember
do you want
that
to do
you cast
anything else?
something
That's
that
probably about it.
That's all I can do.
Azzoth,
I hacken this guy here.
Get more than 15.
18
Oh, good.
plus 6, so I'm thinking that
So
hits.
he's got bless anyway.
Oh,
say as
true,
well,
that's a plus
because you're
one,
driving the
so-
cart, if you want as your movement, you can, drive the cart if you wanted to. If you wanted to. There's a whole bunch of people in front of you, so probably a bad idea, but
Yep. No.
just for future reference.
There's one back
18
side.
plus stuff will hit.
Yep. So I dive off. Or can I just sit on the side and?
Yeah, you can stand on the side, you've got a big old axe and just chop down into this thing.
With advantage.
No.
Not quite. Next turn.
If he was bigger, yeah, probably. But
7 plus 4.
Then I'm gonna get.
so just big roar. Just sever its body in half,
Emma?
and it kind of see this green ichor start leaking out, and just legs quiver and just drops down dead.
How much does it take to dismount?
To hop off, free. It's normal movement.
Then okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's a tree there, isn't it?
I'll say moving. Yeah, so that one's dead, but moving over its corpse,
Yep.
it'll be difficult terrain.
Okay,
So yeah, you can get to about there, hopping down. Unless you want to make an athletics check to try to jump over it, in which case I'll give you a full movement.
Yes.
Right, give me an athletics check.
And he fails.
9
9.
plus.
You got good athletics. Yeah,
I do. Plus
that's hard.
6.
Yeah, done. It's not a hard jump, just to make sure you do
That's
clear
not
it.
you,
That's not you.
Me.
Yeah, you can get your full movement to rush towards that adult one. Cool.
I'm sorry.
Which is good. Trader Joe
Yes,
is going
he
to disengage and run around the outside here and
And hide underneath the
hide under the cart with Esme.
This seems like a good idea.
Cute! I'm hiding here!
I'll help protect you.
And it's the adult one's turn. So, seeing you attacked him first, he's going to rush towards Idrach. How far can he move? He can move 40
How
feet.
intelligent is it?
Not super, but
Because
not
I
super
didn't
dumb.
actually do anything that went towards it.
What's sleep?
Sleep
It
just
has
it's
a
just,
somatic.
there's a somatic. I'm waving my hands, but I'm trying to move people.
It's charging at you.
Okay.
Plus, you're lugging around its fresh meat. So, I'm like 40 feet towards, I don't know if that's going to quite make.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Doesn't get to me, it gets to my various assistants. Oh no, sorry, he's got corner to corner with me. No, it's fine. It's got
If you like, you can, on your turn you can move your peeps as well. If you wanted to move them,
Yeah, they've all been told to drag Magnus
yeah, that makes sense.
around there, so they'll all move
Yeah,
him.
just on your initiative, you can
Yeah, cool.
free action tell them to do something simple, like run or hide
Well, they don't
or
engage
dodge.
in
Yeah. So he can hit ya.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
gonna take it and swipe at ya. So first attack, 4 plus stuff misses. 3 plus stuff misses. So yeah, you're kind of ducking and weaving around this thing. He thinks he gets one swipe into you, but it kind of just clings off your magical armor around you. Next up will be Zibabi. He's going to take multi-attack. No,
Oh,
just
no.
one attack.
That's me.
What is this for?
20 to hit. I imagine that hits you.
Yeah.
So you take 7 points of piercing damage as he just rears up and one of these claws just jams into your hips. It just right into your pelvis and just like tries to tear you, and he starts trying to drag you backwards, and then the claw kind of rips out.
I could have.
Oh, you're concentrating already.
Oh,
So give me a concentration check.
Oh, is
Oh,
that
what's
his nails?
what-
So that's a Constitution saving throw plus a D4.
Baby snail.
Did you do this yourself?
No.
Oh,
That's
Oh no.
concentration.
Okay.
So it's a 16.
16. Yep, that's fine.
With your bump.
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 10 or half the maximum damage. So if it did 30 points of damage, you'd have to beat 15.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Esme, you're up. Followed by Idrach.
Do I have line of sight to a snake, the spider without moving from underneath the cart?
Yeah, but it'll get partial cover because
If you
Elspeth's
sneak
in the
over you,
way. You have enough movement to kind of crawl your way to the edge of the cart, and I'll say, yeah, you can just get line of sight.
Okay,
So where your monkey is
I'm gonna-
kind of thing.
Yeah, you can kind of shimmy enough to get
shimmy enough.
in. What are you casting?
I'm gonna cast Firebolt. Again.
Firebolt? Done.
And I get
Not on the full. On the full.
7.
17?
No, 18.
18? 18 hits.
Woo!
Give me some damage.
Damage is. Hang on, Anna. Hang on. We've got to roll this one. This one.
No, it might
Pick
not
one.
this one.
Pick
Pick
one.
one.
Let's pick one.
Roll the pick one.
Go, 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 go.
Go, go!
Is it a D?
Oh,
That's a
good
D10.
Oh. What did it say?
Oh, it's not a D10, that's a D12.
That's a D12, but the damage is
Oh, it's supposed to
D10
be
for
10.
Firebolt.
D10?
Just minus the one.
D10.
Just minus the one.
Oh, sorry. Can
That's
you.
right. Try again. Hopefully you roll well.
7.
Oh, no, Emma.
So this thing kind of takes this bolt of flame and just...
You know
it's
what's Nemo?
still up, but it's kind of starting to madly look around like it's trying to bite off more than it can chew. Idrach. This thing is just swiping at you with these spiked, knife hands.
Help. Help. Help.
Just swiping and swinging, trying to just take your head off. Geode up next.
Done that.
Yes.
I will
You gotta make sure you-
I wasn't sure if that
prod it with my quarterstaff.
Alright, roll it.
Basically all I've done on 18 to hit.
No.
Just hits. Just thwack! Just clobber it.
No, it's prodding.
Across
them.
So as it kind of rears up, you just jam it into the armpit between its kind of the gap in its chitinous armor.
6 damage.
6 damage.
It was a good jab.
And it's like, seems annoyed at you even more. Geode, you're up.
How many spaces? 5 or 6?
6.
5.
Good job.
6, and I get advantage here with what's his face on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll do that. And then this.
Also, that donkey bolts.
That's it.
Okay, he's gone.
I'll make a check for El Donkey. Yeah, the donkey bolts.
Starting to at least.
Starting to bolt, yeah.
Okay, and I am going to.
I shout, Paul, get the donkey.
Paul runs off after the donkey as well. Done. Your turn.
Alright, and I'm.
The creature misses, taking a swipe at the donkey as it runs. You gonna attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh. Boom blade.
Boom blade.
Ah,
At advantage.
at advantage.
Add them all up. Still one hit.
9,
14.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Just hits. That's what you need.
Okay.
Good old bless.
And that is 2d6s. 5, 8 damage.
8 damage.
And I'm gonna take the
You
risk.
chop into the side of this thing. Yep.
Can I do a reaction if he takes the swipe at me? Or
Do you have Sentinel?
I've got the shield spell, which is the reaction.
Oh yeah. You can always
So if
cast.
he takes the swipe, the thingy, if I move, can I do that in this turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and make him move by stepping back.
He's already taken his attack of opportunity on the donkey, so he can't swipe you.
Oh, okay. Even perfect. And you're like 2 squares away from
No,
him.
no, he's in range.
I'm in combat. I can't disengage.
Damn it. Okay.
You can burn your action to disengage and run. Elspeth, you're up. Azzoth, you're next.
Well, I did the last
Sacred
guy, so
flame.
then go
Sacred
up to
flame,
me.
Roger. Dexterity saving throw.
We'll see. We'll see.
11 plus 3 is 14. What's your DC? 14. So a burst of radiant flame kicks around it, but it kind of just drops down onto the ground and it kind of bursts over its head. Any
Okay.
movement?
Yeah, I'm going to do my hidden step. As a bonus, I can turn invisible to the start of your next turn.
Cool.
And
Turn invisible. Are you going to move anywhere?
yes, I am. I'm invisible.
So he still gets attack of opportunity, but it is a disadvantage.
Okay, cool. Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Firbolg.
13. What's your armor class right now?
18.
18. Whew, easy.
Thank you. I should
So
trade.
kind of as you disappear, he just swipes in your general direction. Kind of just starts looking around, confused as his prey has disappeared. Azzoth, you're up.
Okay. I might go down. How damage is this one?
He looks pretty good.
How damage is
He's kind of slightly annoyed. He's looking very rough. His eye core's just leaking out from a massive burn wound in his head.
Me.
I don't know.
The fucking Rockman just pissed off.
2 steps away!
5, 10, 15.
Fucking coward.
Do I get advantage then?
It's his spider.
Yes?
No.
Okay, come back. Gotcha.
As a
5,
baby
10,
spider.
15, 20, 25.
Yeah, that'll get you.
What's this one, Emma? 1.
12 plus 6.
Plus 100.
I'll do it. Plus 100. 18. Just hits.
12
So your axe sinks in and just manages to break through the
5
armor.
plus 4, so 9 damage.
9 damage.
And the action surge.
You baby snail wasn't great.
13 plus
That'll
6, 19.
Damage.
7
Nice.
plus 4.
I want to be an orc. It's too much more than just rain.
This is all
Spellcasters at lower levels are limited, but once you get slightly higher, they become really good. So yeah, you crack his armor open with these 2 big axe chops. Do you want to take any more small amount of movement? You've got 5 more feet if you want to keep circling around him.
I should get out of the way of
Because then Geode could come back in again.
That's it.
Kind of worked well with you jumping out of the way, so you could kind of get in there. Azzoth, Joe is going to continue hiding underneath the tray.
And we'll take that book off you soon.
And it's the adult creature's turn. You are now the larger threat, so it's going to turn around and try to take 2 stabs at you.
You should have stayed out of range. I had Booming Blade on him.
Oh, right.
That's why I stepped back.
But you would have died.
That's him.
He's died before.
What's your armor class?
Squishy caster.
So one of them hits.
Yeah.
For 4 points of damage.
8.
Correction. No.
Nope.
6 points of damage.
Pop, pop, pop.
Can you do that for me?
That's a nice area.
That one is going to stay put, keep swiping. This young one here is going to run behind the tree and start skittering up the tree. So he's going to be on the backside of that tree starting to run up.
5, 10,
Be careful.
20,
I think.
25.
Oh, did you get that
So
one?
he's kind of behind the tree. He's going to be trying to climb up on the backside out of your guys' view. Esme, you're up.
Yeesh.
Oh, spider ran away.
Climbing the tree.
Climb the tree.
Range spell. Did Ellen still see it?
It's on the backside of the tree, starting to climb up.
I'm going
Is it
to.
on the top?
How far can I move?
You can move 30, so you can crawl 15 if you're
Yeah.
on the cart.
Yeah.
Well, I've come out from under the belt now, haven't I?
Yeah, you're kind of out from under the cart in the last turn.
Emma, do you want to come over here and leave Ellen alone?
If you wanted
Come on,
to
no,
chase
don't
off
open the car.
after that thing, you'd be able to kind of get
Come
around
on.
the back of the tree to be able to see it, or you can
Come here.
hit the. You can
Big
see the
multi.
big one at the front.
Emma?
Yeah.
She's helping. What are you doing, Esme?
I'm gonna take him over.
Thank you. I'm going to scoot away from the cart because I couldn't see where he went, presumably.
You saw him run on the backside of the tree. So yeah, you can't see him right
Okay.
now.
Unless he's going to attack me, I'd rather not fight him.
He's bottom heavy, so he can't.
So,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
He's bottom
those
heavy.
ones. 5, 6.
Yep.
And I'm going to ready Firebolt against.
In case he comes back
in
in view.
case he comes back.
Got it. Idrach, drop.
I'm going
That's
to
okay.
I'm sorry.
make very prodding motions that isn't an attack, and use my healing hand to save Magnus's life.
Okay,
So he gets 2 hit points back and stabilizes.
sweet. Oh yeah, so make sure you remember to roll death saving throws and stuff for him.
He's only had one round, so he can't
Yeah.
possibly have died yet.
Yeah.
And he failed.
That's right, he's stabilised now.
Emma, stop it.
You go, Emma, this one.
Next up we have Geode,
Yes.
and then Elspeth.
I will try and hit this guy again.
So you come back into range. Do you
Yeah.
want to try to move around to get flanking?
Yeah.
So yeah, you'd have enough movement to get around and flank on the exact other side of.
Okay. No.
Oh no, sorry.
If I'm here,
Or
does
just
that-
back in.
because
As long as you're directly across.
Just there.
okay, so Dan's completely
like
out.
there.
Emma?
Dan's a bit like there.
Emma?
Hold up. Do you want to draw something so she can?
Emma, no, Emma, come over here.
Come just keep
Yeah,
trading.
that's better.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, at advantage. Yeah, he's surrounded enough.
And then you can have it out to check.
16 plus
Yeah,
3
next.
plus 3.
Yep, that'll hit.
Can you roll it?
Give me some damage.
Oh.
Snake
Oh,
eyes.
hang on, no. I can re-roll 1s and 2s.
You sure can.
Is it just 1?
What is this guy
No, I'm pretty sure you can roll
Is he supposed
ones
to be
and
sleeping?
twos.
Yeah, you're unconscious.
Oh, okay.
He's conscious now. He's just prone.
I can't see what the features are.
Yeah, you just re-roll both of them and have to take a new value.
Well done. No. We still need that bit.
You can re-roll a 1 or a 2.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
okay, that's what I was just double
Is that for
checking.
great weapons?
Huh?
It's for the fighter.
The Great
Class.
Weapon Spider.
That's 4 damage, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what
I
she's
just
doing.
don't know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Should pay.
Plus
3. So, 7.
7 damage.
That doesn't work on this.
Normal.
That's gone.
This one.
Here we go. Look, ready? I'll draw you something.
How do you want to do it?
I am just going to.
I can touch you.
Can I baseball swing it from the arse? Or
Sure.
Just...
So you kind of run back into range and just taking your great sword, just swing, swing, and just kind of cut and kind of dissects clean through in half through its kind of back carapace. Just kind of spills all its just viscous green ichor out all over kind of
Ready?
Idrach's nice clean shoes. It's just coated in this nasty green ichor and it just kind of drops dead at your feet. That's right, it's dead.
Yes, green.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, sorry, wasn't listening. Sorry, I was too busy planning my move. Okay.
That's a lie.
Well, if you like, you can still chase after that other one
I will.
Is
if you want.
he's behind the tree,
Elspeth's
wasn't he?
Yeah, so he's
And
started
then-
climbing up the tree.
Okay.
Kind of like 10
So
feet
wipe
up
it
off
off?
the ground. You kind of like hit the side of the tree, and just like start like climbing up and around onto the backside.
if I did sacred flame on the tree, would it burn him as well?
No.
Damn it.
It's only a cantrip.
What?
It's only a little like.
Okay. What should I do?
Do you want me to draw? Or you want me to.
10,
There you go. Clean.
15, 20. Would I be able to see him if I was like over here?
Nah, not quite. He's a pretty small dude and it's a pretty big tree.
Okay,
Yeah, not quite.
I'll just chill.
Chill.
Yeah.
Azzoth.
I'll dash. 5, 10, 15, 20.
You're trying to draw a star,
30,
are you?
35, 40, 35, 50.
Yeah, with your axe and your size, yeah, he's kind of like just at your head height now.
Okay. I'll get.
Yeah,
range,
so he's
is
in
that better?
he's in range. Yeah.
Alright.
That's all I can do.
think this one's
He's
hanging
going to try to keep running up the tree. If you want to get an attack opportunity,
Yes.
go for it.
There you go.
You need less.
9 plus 6.
What's that take you to? 15? Not quite. So he's kind of too fast and he just goes skittering up the tree.
What colour's that one?
60 feet up. So he's kind of
Round, yes,
now
it
up
is.
into the canopy. Esme.
Oh no, you drew on me.
So yeah, this thing, you just hear it kind of skitter up the side of the tree and start disappearing off into the leaves in the canopy up above you.
I'm going to go over to... Who's this guy?
Magnus.
I'm going to go over to Magnus and do a medicine check.
There we go.
Can I do that? Or...
No, so he's conscious now.
Oh, he is. Sorry.
Yeah, because
I thought you were-
Idrach used lay on hands
Oh, sorry.
to heal him a little bit. So yeah, he's not bleeding out on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, gentle with it. Emma.
I don't think there's much else I can do, is there?
If you move forward, you could try and make a perception check to see this thing up in the trees.
Oh,
If you wanted.
Yes. Oh. Okay.
someone's coming to
Yeah.
get you.
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
Just to see if you can kind of make it out amongst the branches. It's starting to get pretty high up there.
16.
Plus.
Plus. Oh,
Let
sorry.
go, Emma. Drop it. Drop that.
Tar.
18.
18? Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, so as you're looking up, you can kind of see a bit of movement and you see it is starting to kind of scuttle off down on the branches.
Is he...
It's about 60 feet up.
I still have range.
Yep, you've got range of firebolt if you want.
And I've got firebolt already prepared.
So no, so that was your last turn, it was prepared.
Oh,
So this is back to your new turn, so you can do whatever you want. You can firebolt him still, you still have that.
Yeah, I'll fire
Done.
that.
Right, give me an attack roll.
You want to do the dog? Do the dog.
Plus bless.
7, 15.
Plus
15.
D4.
Yep, so plus another 4.
15. 16.
Exactly what you need. Give me
Got it.
damage. Spoilers, he has 2 hit points left.
6.
Nice.
Obviously,
How
That's
do you
an
want to
roll
do it?
one then.
yeah, so this bolt of flame
With
just
a,
crashes down.
for once, managed to get my firebolt to go in the right direction.
Okay.
At my target.
Splats and crunches into the ground
Oh, it
next to the tree. And you're all out of initiative. As kind of Paul is sitting there, kind of stroking the donkey who's got this like horrific like chitinous barb stuck into its
How's
side.
the oxen going? Is that startled or is it like...
The oxen is looking pretty stressed out.
Can I
He's
go?
not about to bolt though. I did check for him as well. So what would you all like to do?
So, let's do a dead spider dance. Mark,
Okay,
right,
that spell actually worked!
I'm going to coax my party back onto the path.
Give me an animal handling check. With advantage because Paul is helping.
Do the spiders have anything of value normally to them? Would
14.
Trader Joe know anything?
14? Yeah, that settles him down. Do you want to ask Joe or do you want to do a perception check or investigation? Have a look around.
I'll ask Joe because he's the trader of sorts.
We'll see if he knows anything about him. Oh, apparently he does. We should have a look around here. These things, the predators, they might have killed something recently. There could be valuables on a corpse around here somewhere. Go have a look.
How badly?
Investigate the trees.
Alright. Well, I will. Where am I? I'll start looking at it.
He'll
They were both around this tree and start off with.
yeah, there was 2 around there and then 1 up around the tree.
Hit dice.
Give me a perception check. I'll say with advantage because he rolled a natural 20 on his nature check to see if he knew anything about
Perception, you
beasts.
said?
Yeah.
12 for the first one.
That's right. That's good enough. So kind of in through some of the scrub, kind of with a couple of branches covering it, you find a kind of half torn apart, diced up body. You know, its arm's been completely eaten off. One of his legs can be torn up. The body is in full plate armor, but it's pretty smashed and trashed. So pretty damaged.
But with
so
some repairs,
with some expert blacksmith repairs and small replacement parts, a little bit of money, you could turn it into half plate, or you could restore it to full plate armor. So that's right, damaged full plate armor. And in a pouch on its belt, you find 1 gold piece, 10 silver pieces and 19 copper pieces.
Oh, hold up, there's been an error. 10 silver, did you say?
10 silver and 19 copper.
I just use second wind while she's doing that.
Yep.
Just.
Nice.
10 plus 2, 12, so my
You up?
back to normal.
Hopefully that's.
The donkey's kind of settled down, but still kind of hobbling as it's got this barbed spike into its shoulder.
As the ox here.
The ox is. Give me an animal handling check.
Don't go too far because I don't know if it's
Well,
stopped.
13.
Yep, so the oxen's starting to settle down as well. It's still kind of unsteady with like the corpse that close to it, but it's starting to steady on.
Okay, I fall and normally get back onto my little ox.
Drinks there if you want one.
What do you need?
To see if it's working.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Alright, so you got all that?
Can I go watch Nemo?
Before you move on, I want to see if it's stopped.
Yep, that's good.
You watch Lily Kids?
Dad,
Yeah.
Please. Lulu kids. Yeah. I'll tell them next
Right.
time.
Hello.
Okay, that's right. Emma?
Lily Kids,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So it's starting to get later into the afternoon. It's kind of like, you know, maybe got another hour of daylight left if you guys wanted to keep travelling a little bit further.
Yeah.
Now, do you have the map I can show you?
Sit
For you?
down, stop doing my kids.
Yeah, Emma?
No, she's gone.
No.
Sorry, I've got it.
Oh, you got it?
Oh.
Essentially, you guys have just been heading down south, down the forest road.
Spoil it. Sorry.
my phone was just dying, that's why.
Have you got rested?
Oh, what, did we short rest?
You can short rest or you can keep moving. There's only about an hour of
Did
daylight
anyone check
left.
the other tree?
I think we should keep moving.
That was
Okay.
collective looking around.
Oh,
So, yeah, so you've probably got another hour of daylight before you'd have to start camping up anyway. If you guys want to keep moving for a little bit longer.
Okay. I'm just gonna stash the
So
plate
put
in
yourselves
there.
back into your marching order wherever you guys are.
I was by
If
the
you wanted
ox.
to set yourselves up in a better defensive posture.
Well, I was over by the ox to help control the head of it if something happened, and I'm just battering.
We're walking behind the cart.
Yeah.
On the
Ready
cart?
To hide?
Magnus is going to go in the car.
Yep, so Magnus kind of climbs, hobbles his way up into the cart, assisted by Paul, kind of just picking him up and being like, there you go.
Just hanging out of the cart.
Whoever's leading the march, give me a perception or survival check.
The donkey.
Don't do it again.
3.
The rest of the day seems uneventful. You're kind of keeping your eyes peeled around for more of these creatures. But you don't see any more movement, and as the sun is, starting to set, the forest is getting darker, and you start to hear the nocturnal birds coming out. You figure it's about time to camp up for the evening, or if you really want, you can keep pushing on into the night to get some more distance. But it's now starting to get pretty dark. Look around, you kind of see what looks like a good campsite just off on the edge of the road. Little bit of a clearing.
I'll point this out to everybody and suggest we camp for the night.
I agree.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, so
Is
Set
anybody
up.
currently injured?
Yes.
I have an ouchie.
You're also a cleric.
you're specifically a healing cleric. There's one person in the entire party that can heal someone, it's you. Literally, that's all you do is heal.
You have one
Have an ouchie, you're sitting there with like a full first aid kit.
Okay.
How do I do that?
It's a full like emergency, hospital. You're like, I got a boo boo. What can I
I
possibly
think you need to
do?
teach her how to do her spells.
So you can restore 10 HP. Choose any creature within 30 feet of you and divide those hit points among them. Creatures can restore a creature to no more than half of its maximum hit points.
So how much did
That's
you
your charm
lose?
divinity, or you can use cure wounds. I imagine you have cure wounds,
I do have cure
which
wounds.
does the dice or healing word. Cure wounds is better though. You also do bonuses to your healing. So
Are
I
we going to
believe.
do a short rest or a long rest?
So you should, whenever you use a healing spell, I believe
It's
it's
3 days, isn't it? So
the dice roll plus whatever the level of the spell plus either proficiency or wisdom modifier. I can't remember.
So if what is that
Please modify.
using like cure
Yeah.
wounds? Was that?
Yeah, so cure wounds is your standard touch
Okay.
and heal someone. But you get bonuses to healing because of your type of cleric. So you heal really, really well.
Use a spell of first level or higher.
Oh, yeah.
You gain additional HP
It's equal
included
to 2 plus the spell's level.
There you
This
go, 2
is
plus the spell's level.
1.
Yeah.
So you get an additional 3 on top of the dice roll.
Okay, can I do that now?
You sure can.
Cool! Where's the
Just
dice?
mark off your spell slot.
This is short.
So you guys kind
Are
of,
we doing a short or a long rest then? I'm just going to do it.
so you start setting up your
Okay, so you gotta
We're
read
doing
it.
a long
How do I
rest?
do this one?
yeah. So it's starting to turn to night now. So
Okay,
you
yeah.
make a little bit of. Do you make a campfire?
Yeah, I got survival, so I can start setting stuff
Okay.
up.
Paul, set the tents.
Nice.
So yeah, Paul starts setting the tents up.
Spellcasting
Make a bit of a campfire.
This one?
Everyone mark off 1 day's rations.
That's 4.
If you have any rations, or if you remember, there was 24 rations in the cart. So everyone, whoever's accounting for each of your rations,
Who's
doing inventory?
I'll do inventory.
right, you can do inventory.
Can me and Gergie have a
That's
ration?
another 3, so
Because we don't want to spend it out of our
Let's see.
backpack if we really have to. Unless you really have to.
24
You
was
don't want to take any of your apples out?
4 of me.
I just spellcast.
Let's get them followers.
What's that?
So it's 9 rations a day.
Yeah.
So I cross 9 of those 24 off.
It's that one, right?
So if you needed to find additional food, you can do survival checks. You know, taking a bit of time
I've got an
if you
okay
run out of
survival.
food. But you're fine for food for now.
Oh,
You still got
okay,
some
so
How many
supplies.
days was it to get to the trading towns?
It's about 6, but you know from Trader Joe there is an inn. 2 more days travel away.
And have we passed the sinkhole that the dwarves were talking about?
Yeah, that was that.
That was the hole?
Small hole. May have been blown out of proportion with rumours and.
Right,
you know.
okay, so it wasn't much of a sinkhole.
No. But they're dwarves. They're not exactly big people, but they do know their holes.
And they do
It was
know
more
their
just
exaggerations.
A rumour. They were also quite drunk at the time, being dwarves. Anyway, so who would like to mount first watch? Or you don't have to mount watch if you don't want to.
I'll do the first watch if you want, because I'm not hurt.
Give me
Like other
a
people.
perception check. You can see in the dark, so
Yes, I can. I remember this now. At 120, it says.
You rolled? What did you get?
No,
Just have to remember.
17 plus 2.
Yeah, your watch goes by, kind of just you hear the flutter of kind of bats up in the
120
trees, and
feet.
then they kind of flutter off into the distance.
I can see very well.
Off in the distance, you can hear a few wolves howling, but no movement around the camp, except kind of about an hour into the watch, you hear and a bunch of ants have kind of come up underneath your tent and like nipped you on the ankles because you rolled a terrible survival check. You just
Okay.
shoo them away back out to your tent and go back to sleep. You got some
Sacred
nasty.
flame. Sacred flame.
You got some nasty
Sacred
little
flame.
bites on your ankle where like one of your legs was hanging out of its hanging out of your bedroll.
Flashes of divine light in the tent.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go second.
Cool. Give me a perception check. That's fine.
11 plus perception plus 3. So 14.
Yeah, yeah.
14. So you're just in there throughout the night. Nothing seems to stir. Everyone's kind of snoring away happily. Paul is snoring very, very loud in the other tent, but nothing seems to break everyone's rest. The rest of the night goes swimmingly, as it were. You all get a long rest, so back to full health. Restore your spells and everything else. And as the sun is lightening the horizon, whoever had last watch wakes everyone up, and it's a new day.
Wakey, everyone.
So you break camp and put out the fire and mount back up.
Charisma minus 2, I just skip it. For a charisma of minus 2,
Yeah.
I won't say wakey wake, I'll skip you.
So you all come up to her bedroll and just give her a stick of
That does
boots
sound
into
right
the
anyway.
ribs,
Get back my
Get
horse.
up.
and then
Jared's
just kind
like,
of nudge
listen
everyone
to this.
awake. Make your tea and then kind of mount up and get back onto it. So as you start moving throughout the day, the road kind of continues on south and starts to turn more to the west. The terrain is still pretty heavily wooded, but it's now starting to get a bit thinner as you travel throughout the day. The terrain to your right or to the north is starting to go a bit uphill. You can start to see, as it's getting a little bit thinner, the occasional mountain between cracks in the canopy, as now you're starting to see the sky for the first time. in a number of days. So whoever is leading the way again, give me a perception or survival check.
11.
But there's no
11.
count.
You don't see any. There's no traffic on the road. You're kind of still keeping your eyes peeled, but you do notice the wind is starting to pick up as the day goes by. You're kind of getting pretty sore though. You're not particularly paying attention to the road as you've been stomping along throughout the day. Magnus, seems to be getting a little bit better, but he's still kind of just grumbling to himself about his dodgy hip. He's too old for this. But as you continue throughout the day, the trees get thinner and thinner, and eventually kind of almost start to give way, and off into the distance you can see it opening up into plains. But as you do start to clear the deeper forest, you can now tell that a storm is pretty much upon you. As the wind and the rain that's not going to balance. There's a pin underneath that.
Oh no, I wasn't going to balance.
Okay.
No, sorry.
I can just see your impending doom.
It's raining.
And kind of with a start, you just a lightning bolt kind of spears down in the mountains off to your right.
Birdie birds?
It's a plane.
A plane.
Is there a plane?
Yeah.
Because
We're
we're
on
on
the
the planes.
Get one draw plane.
Going under the planes.
Ah.
And yeah, with a rumble of thunder,
Such a dad joke.
kind of look up and heavy storm clouds are rolling in from the north, coming down rapidly. And you start to see thunder start to see lightning bolts spearing down.
She gets my umbrella out and puts it up for me.
Lightning bolt.
Who does?
The fan.
Whatever her name is.
Is it a metal?
It's almost immediately just torn from her grip as the wind
Mary Poppins.
the wind tears it out of her feeble grasp. You can make a dexterity saving throw if you want to try to grab it before it blows away in the wind.
Mary Poppins.
No, it's gone.
Don't worry, it was a lovely gesture.
She just starts crying. Oh, but your beautiful hair, it's going to get so wet. Oh, that's all right. I don't mind. I can brush it in the morning. I'll make it beautiful again.
Do we want to make camp?
Yeah, it's starting to get
I'd suggest,
pretty dark. It's kind of about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. And yeah, this storm's rolling in real fast.
Are there any small copses of trees in sight?
Yeah, so there's still some of these larger trees. It's definitely not as dense as it was, but you're kind of on that borderland between it opening up into just open plain. If you want, whoever wants, either 2 of you or 1 with advantage, whoever's good at survival, if you want to try and make a check for some sort of shelter.
Anyone got a plus?
Anyone really good at
more than
survival?
2?
Yeah.
I doubt it. No.
Oh, +3 over here. Vic,
Yeah.
+2.
you're +3 survival.
You're a Firbolg. You're used to the the forest and storms and stuff.
She has been cooped up in a tiny cottage, so.
Possibly been. Yeah, but she's been living in the forest for the last few years.
I like the forest.
Yep. Okay, I roll for it.
Alright.
Nice.
18 plus 3, 21. Yeah, so kind of looking around, you see a couple of trees together, one of which has fallen down sometime in the past. It looks like it'll create a bit of a windbreak from the north to shield a lot of the rain and the wind coming through. So you quickly kind of rush in there and tie the wagon down so it's not going to get kind of blown and ripped
I was
away.
going to suggest that.
You feel you could probably get a bit of a fire going to cook your dinner and do whatever you need to do.
Can I get my tents up sort of between the 2 sets of shelters?
With that roll, yeah, you'll be able to get your tents up. And
I
it's
pity
kind of
these poor buggers that don't have tents.
I'm going to sleep in the wagon, I don't care.
I'm sleeping
Geo
underneath the
climbs
wagon.
up. Everyone kind of shelters in around the wagon rest.
Or like under the wagon, I don't care.
That's
And
my
if the
feeling.
girls take the wagon, I'm under the wagon. Or...
I'm under the
What did I roll?
You got 21.
23.
I have
21,
some of
sorry.
the furs.
Yeah, you're all pretty nicely
I'm
first
taking these
class.
furs
Oh,
and I'm going
wow.
to cuddle up with them.
For one, I can
So,
survive.
1 for each.
Distribute the furs so we can use them for warmth this stormy night.
I will wrap my billowing robe around me for warmth. It's just billowing.
By the way, what's his face? The cat's just stood there with a grin, like this, all evening. He's like, manky wet fur, and I'm just making him smile.
Okay, he gets a saving throw against that. You failed. So he's... Trader Joe just looks ecstatic. He's not sure why, but he is just sitting there just like happily purring to himself. Just rain pouring down over his head.
I've got a wand that makes people smile. It has no other use.
Because there's a storm.
As you're kind of
like
turning in and sheltering, and you're kind of starting to get settled down, who's maintaining the first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Give me a perception check.
Can I have advantage because I'll have one of my companions with me?
Sure. Which companion specifically?
Magnus.
Alright.
Not the one that's going to be really distracting. That would be 12.
So as you're kind of, starting to try to keep the fire warm, it's, in the lee of some of the trees, so the rain is currently going over your head. Still fairly comfortable next to the fire with that good survival check. You see some movement kind of just off into the darkness approaching you.
Dark vision, if that helps.
At what distance?
60 feet.
60 feet. So yeah, coming in probably on the edge of 60 feet, you start to see some movement. And it's a fairly short humanoid figure. I'm just walking, approaching.
Magnus, do you mind going and waking the soldier up for me?
Yeah, at this stage,
which soldier?
everyone's kind of just gone
What's your
down
dark
to
vision?
bed sort of thing. So
Well,
yeah, everyone's
Oh,
probably
60.
I got
settling
120.
in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's just that.
Yeah.
Can you go rather than me shouting? Can you go and quietly?
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on the
Magnus
guys
kind of-
coming.
Hit that thing. Just excuse me, Azzoth. There's someone coming into the camp.
That's exactly how he
That's exactly how he
Idrach
responds.
wanted to have a word with you, sir. If you
I'll walk out.
if you don't mind.
I'll push
No,
I'm done.
At this stage, by the time that Azzoth gets back, you see this figure. He's coming up and he's kind of he's quite a short figure, dwarven in height, but he's thin. Most dwarves, they're staunch, big, bulky sort of guys. This guy, as he approaches, he's gaunt and he's kind of stumbling along almost, kind of on a broken staff. He's got bare feet, just haggard clothes.
Hello, can I get your name, please, sir?
Oh, hey there, my name's Barry. Y'all don't mind if I share your fire for the evening? It's cold and wet out here. Don't mean no harm.
What brings you out in these parts?
Wow, these are my lands. I just wander out here, but it's a mighty cold night. It's after some shelter. I know these trees. I usually camp around here if I'm in the area.
Can I do a insight check to see
Go for
if
it.
he seems bandity?
Go for it.
15.
15. He doesn't seem aggressive. Like he's not eyeing you off suspiciously. He's kind of just eyes on the fire and like kind of as you're looking at him, he's just kind of. He almost looks like a broken man. Just that 1,000-yard stare, just sunken eyes.
I'm
Kind of
afraid we can't
walking in.
offer you food, but you're very welcome to share the food.
Right, that's okay. I don't need no food. I'll be all right for the evening. But my obliged if I could just share your fire and just get out of the wind for a night. It's rough out here.
I've crossed more rations off my life.
Cool, thank you. He kind of just sits his way down and starts warming the fire. So I ain't seen no travelers around here for a couple of weeks. What's bringing y'all through here?
We're just travelling through down to the markets in.
Armory Waters.
How long have you been out here? You seem somewhat bedraggled.
I don't even know anymore. I've been out here for months, years.
He needs a moustache and a head for being
I
out
just,
for months and years.
I just wonder. Ever since the war, I just can't stay still.
Now it looks like Abe Lincoln.
I just can't go back there anymore. I just need to.
Can't go back away. I only use persuasion to get his story out of him in a reasonably coherent fashion.
Shoot, give me a persuasion check.
18.
And it kind of explains that, you know, towards the end of the war, he was living in what is now called the Great Crater, which was the human capital of Isurium, just to the north of where you guys are, up into that mountain range. And he says, I was there when she called the moon down on us. She crushed the entire city, and we spent days just digging and digging, pulling out corpses and the occasional survivors. And I spent 4 days digging, and just after those 4 days, there was just only bodies left. And I just turned my back and just walked away. I just kept walking, been walking ever since. Just me and me own, just.
You must know quite a lot about what's around these mountains, then.
Yeah, I get around. Just me and the boys.
You and the boys.
He kind of just nudges his head off into the darkness. Give me a perception check.
Here are the ambushing dwarves. 10.
You don't see anything out there. He says, yeah, I just kind of keep to myself. Keep to my own wanderings. This world just makes no sense no more. So,
is there anything
I'll
in
just
the
exist.
local area that we should be aware of?
I guess there's, I don't know, but I've been seeing some weird creatures around lately. Never seen them before. They're huge, hulking creatures, giant claws, almost like, I don't know, frog-like faces. They're weird. I haven't seen them around before, but
Slides again.
What are they?
she don't know shit. But other than that, since the war, I don't see many people around here no more. But I like to just stay in the forest for the most part. I'm probably gonna turn my way back east tomorrow. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm gonna go sleep. Kind of just curls up, kind of almost dog-like, just onto himself, and just settles down.
Once he's asleep, I'm going to cast light on a rock. I'm going to have Paul lob it into the dark as far as I can. In the dark.
Light on a rock.
I've got a glowing rock.
Right,
Do
give
I
me
notice
a
any of this?
perception check.
10.
You don't see or
Sort of in the direction that you said there were people.
Or
And I
hear
was like,
anything.
okay.
Could try and ask me if you want.
I was
Well,
gonna
who's
let you
up on the next watch?
I'll watch.
You go up and watch. So yeah, kind of as you get up, you see this kind of small, just haggard, scraggly clothed dude. They looking close, it now looks like you can tell it's a broken kind of shovel in his hand. He's kind of just been holding on to like a shovel hand.
I'll
handle.
explain that he turned up and just wants to sit by the fire. He's warned me that there are clawed frog things out in the night.
And as you're laying there, he's kind of like starts twitching and no, just leave. Just like, you know, you can tell he's having some pretty nasty nightmares. Occasionally, he just kind of screams out and kind of claws at the ground and kind of settles back down.
He
Give me
said
a
he might
perception
have some
check.
friends out in the darkness, just so
Friends.
you're aware.
And don't wake me up.
18.
He's already got the shoes for him woken already. Red gets no sleep tonight.
Would you get 18?
18.
Yeah, looking off into the darkness, you don't hear anything.
I don't have
The wind is kind of still, just kind of gale blowing around. Kind of rain still kicking around, but you know, in this nice sheltered area, it's a fairly comfortable-ish night. Not the most pleasant, but you're not going to be taking any penalties the next day from no sleep.
yeah.
I go into my tent.
And you settle back down, and who's taking the last watch?
I'll take the last watch if you
Right.
want.
Give me a perception check.
16.
So kind of as the sun is just kind of you can see the horizon just starting to lighten. This Barak figure, he kind of eyes shoot wide, just kind of looks at you and gives you a nod and kind of stands up, and he just starts walking off into the darkness, heading towards the east. And as he moves away, you see some movement in behind him. You see these two very, very large canine figures kind of slink onto his heels as he just kind of disappears back off to the east, back into the forest. But the rest
We
of
gave
you,
him shelter, so he's not killing us.
the rest of you kind of wake up in the morning, rested, feeling good.
Did you get a whole night's
You've
sleep?
marked off. Yep, everyone got a full night's sleep.
Except for Grin.
And yeah, because of the good survival check, so if the weather is horrifically bad and you don't find shelter for the night, you're going to suffer for it. But storm's cleared out and seems to have blown the clouds away, and it's turning into a fairly pleasant morning as you pack up and you know, pull up the stakes that were holding the wagon down and get ready for the next day of travel. As you continue on, you're now out into the open grassy plains. Did you find the map? Oh, Sky, this is the map. Work out where you guys are at roughly at the moment. Yeah. So we're working our way down from the inn down to here. So you're kind of just now coming out onto the open area around here. And you're heading down to here. So you're coming up on this crossroads.
What do we know about the plains? Sort of general knowledge.
About the plains?
Yeah, sort of.
What would
Is it full of like horse nomads? Or
So-
stuff like that?
Am I?
Yeah, you're the actor.
Yeah, you've been travelling around. So where you originally came from. So further in towards the plains, closer into the desert. You know, there's quite a large amount of nomadic kind of
I have read
herdsmen
there are
kind of
nomadic herdsmen
chilling around out through
chilling
there.
in the plains.
So Azzoth's village used to be out there in amongst the kind of grasslands. Kind of your village was kind of out in the middle of this kind of open area.
Azzoth village.
It used to be fairly decently populated by wandering tribes and small kind of orc villages.
There are orc villages.
this was
in
my
the
territory.
Various traders, and up there that's your town.
So I
But
would've at
since
least-
the war, the vast majority of the population was massacred. So now there's still some wandering people out there, but it can be pretty dangerous out in the open. So yeah, there's not many around. They usually stick pretty close together.
When you say dangerous, that's sort of what I mean. Is what are the dangers? What are the known
Various
dangers?
Creatures. Give me
Survival.
just a straight intelligence check. Just for vague histories and.
I have read that history has said.
13. Yeah. So there's a lot of magical kind of fallout, twisted creatures into just weird abominations, and you've heard rumours of creatures stalking throughout the plains, but most of you've kind of tried to stick in the more civilized areas.
Would Beck have read anything in her?
I believe I had read something, haven't I not?
At the university
At the university during my hermit years.
For 3 years.
But I have read anything
Because he was on adventures, wasn't he? He was discovering.
He was researching the plains,
Plains.
the various plains and interplanar. Not those plains. Spelled differently, thank you very much. But yeah,
plane is a plane.
you haven't identified any specific threats, just that, people generally try to stick together, stay well armed. There's,
What you guys searching for?
initially there was kind of coming in from the desert. You get a lot of kind of war bands coming in from the desert, occasionally on the outskirts of it. Yeah, no specific threats that you know of. So who's leading the way again?
The freak?
It's the
Zen
birdie
owl
owl thing.
Yes.
Or is it the birdie owl? The bear owl.
It's an owl bear.
I've seen the D&D got
Tough
from
bear. Half hour.
Antidona.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love owlbears. My favourite animals are owls.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I can't remember the skin, but it's
I
great.
think it's
The
adorable.
second one is
I want one.
Owlbears.
I have one as a pet.
Famously, the fourth musketeer.
an owlbear.
Owlbear, the fourth musketeer.
That's terrible. So who's leading the?
Owlbear, the
Who's
fourth
leading the
musketeer
way?
is a French
Are you leading the way
cartoon.
again?
Oh, okay.
I'm leading the way again.
Right, give me a perception check.
Why do we have an owlbear?
20.
I don't know. Why do
Nice.
you have
That was
that?
meant to be the person.
Oh,
In case he transformed, I guess.
No,
So,
it's getting owlbear.
as you're making your way along,
Okay.
you kind of see there's a bit of a dip in the land down away, a decent distance away from the path, and you can see
We're still okay.
still on the wagon.
you can see some flapping kind of material.
Oh,
Just down,
right.
just down into a dip. You just managed to see it kind of flutter up in the.
Does it look like?
The
Is it the same colour as my yellow umbrella?
No, it's not your. It's not your umbrella. It's kind of a canvas whitish coloured.
Do I know this road? Is it similar to the road I'm wearing?
No, it's not a robe. You just see some fabric.
Guys,
Kind of
there's some
it's kind of in a
fabric
dip
down there.
in the ground. You can see it's like just fluttered up. Just kind of. You've just
Is anyone
seen it
tense
blow in the wind.
pitched?
I quite like
So
to
it's
get
tense.
down and see what it is.
Off you go.
Off you go.
Okay. Is anyone coming with me?
No.
Alright.
Okay, I'll give you a hand. Please don't stab me in the back.
I wasn't thinking about stabbing you in the back.
I shall stay at your back. Following you down.
So as you kind of move down off the road, it's probably a couple of 100 meters down off the road, just down over a slight rise then downhill. And as you crest the rise, you're about 100 meters from these guys. So far you can see 2 tents pitched, but no movement from where you are. You've just seen one of the tents kind of flapping open in the wind.
Can I stick my head in that tent?
Retrospect.
Do you want to get
Don't
closer?
Use
Yeah.
the horn?
Do you
I'll
want to
use the horn of warning.
Can I just sneak
Before you-
around and see?
Right, so
if
yeah, you can have the horn of warning.
Horn of silent alarm. Sorry.
What's
That
that?
works from that. So if he honks it, I know something's wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Only I hear it though.
Oh, okay.
How is it?
Is that what it sounds like? So as you walk your way down the hill, give me an investigation check.
Where's the dice?
So you kind of get down there and
22?
I'm great at
natural 20 as well
investigating.
for a 20. Beautiful.
I got a 4!
Not so great. So you're kind of distracted by the
Here's a
flapping
rock.
canvas. And
A walk!
This one keeps tigers away.
as you kind of are looking around, it's very clearly a abandoned camp, and you stick your head into one tent and you can see a half-elven female's corpse just torn to shreds, just absolutely shredded. Something has just completely ripped this thing apart.
Medicine
Some
check
large
to
beast.
identify.
Yep, do it.
I don't think I'm proficient, so 12. It's a
Well,
print of failure right through medicine.
Survival.
I have a medicine.
You have to go down there and
Check this
check
body
it as well.
I would,
Are you good at
I would like
survival?
to. I would
Yeah, you
like
can do
to
a
check
survival
the
check.
bottle.
Survival
A
check.
body. The bottle.
So with that,
Survival.
she's
Yeah.
been. You can just see a lot of blood, a lot of claw marks. What do you get?
11.
11. Looking around, some sort of large creature has kind of been through there. 11.
An owlbear.
But with your previous perception check as well, there's enough kind of sleeping places, and the fire pit is definitely bigger than what one person would use. Probably a campsite for 4, maybe 5 people, but you only found one body. You had a pretty damn good look. Like there's nothing else around.
No
There's only one.
possessions, nothing like that.
You find 3 days worth of rations about.
Those two are
But
dwindling supply.
nothing valuable. With that perception check, you can see this lady had a pouch on her belt. You can see, because it still has a bit of leather thong, was there, but it's been cut off and taken.
Can I take a closer look at the injuries this poor little lady has suffered?
Yeah, you can give me a medicine check as well.
Another medicine check.
Did the man.
Oh, 20! 25. Hello.
Yeah, so some sort of large creature has taken, big bites out of her massive claw.
Is it an owlbear?
She's chopped out. Give me a nature check to see what an owlbear is. But as you're looking through her, you also see
18!
a large stab mark that is not caused by an animal.
Oh, my turn.
18.
Was
not.
It's Arcana for Albert.
18 kill!
Nah, they're natural animals now.
Oh, fair enough.
That's right, that's 18.
So you've read of owlbears, but what did you get total on that check?
That was 18.
For animals, 25 on
Was it?
medicine.
You got a nat
No,
20
I
on
got
medicine, didn't you?
Yeah, on medicine.
So 25.
25.
Okay. Yeah. So you found there's a large stab wound
Any.
in amongst it. It was hard to tell through all the slash wounds and bite marks and various other things, but she was also cut by some sort of weapon as well as
Was
whatever
that
caused
guy
that.
wearing a leather satchel or pack from the camp?
It wasn't him.
The dude.
Did I,
With that check, it was something larger. It's not wolf marks. It's like claws.
Are there
Something that's just
any
like shredded through.
Footsteps or disturbances in the area that I
No, you did a check
I
before, and it wasn't
There was nothing.
high enough.
That's
so,
right, I was looking at a rock.
yeah. So far, you figured out, the two of you together, that she was attacked by some sort of weapon and then torn apart by some sort of creature, very large creature. And this camp did have more than one person in, and yeah, there's like three days worth of rations left, but no valuables
Okay.
to find.
Cool. Let's go back to the.
You're drawing on yourself.
My rock!
Oh
I think you're kind of just like
no.
with big old lanky arms
No, and my robe billowing.
and your beautiful billowing robe.
It's alright, don't
no!
worry.
We do this. Ready? Get this.
Oh, she'll be fine.
Perfect. Look at that.
She's fine.
But
Oh, good.
She can lick it. She'll be fine.
you so you pass on what you saw.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, everyone kind of knows what you saw down there. You get an extra
Did it look like
bit
anything
of
like
rations.
those things that met up with the guy towards the end?
No. So
What that description was?
you saw them, wasn't it? They were clearly very
Canine.
large wolves
Okay.
or dog-like creatures of some
Was he
sort.
a person?
Just
I've
nice
never
and
had
some
any
very
whole
friendly
pencil.
dogs.
Oh,
Sort of Freya
that's
sized
puppies.
dogs.
Bigger than Freya. Bigger than
I'm
Moose.
pretty sure they could have warmed him up.
Anyway, so you continue on down the track. Yes.
I'm going to point out to everybody that we're running short on rations. We'll run out of the ones that we have.
Skooma Joe kind of comes up. He's like,
I've got a donkey we can
"We
eat.
should be coming up on the
So we're not
on
far
the
from.
Firbolg. They have an inn there. We should be able to resupply before we head down to down south to Henry.
I'll leave you in charge of resupplying them.
I guess that's fair enough. I'll buy you enough rations once we get there.
Look at a wee donkey.
Taking me out of our share of sold
Gonna
goods.
taste the donkey now.
He doesn't mind. You guys have been doing a good job keeping him safe, so he's going to take care of you guys.
Plenty of rations. Get your new donkey down.
So you continue on. It's gently rolling hills. Kind of empty grassland. You see the odd, copse of trees off in the distance.
You're the only
but-
one in this caravan that doesn't have a friend.
I've got a friend. I've got the cat.
The oxen's his friend.
I thought we were like slow,
Yeah,
mate.
fine, isn't
Yeah,
it?
we were like.
They're just like, oh, we're going to get it on. He's like, well, there's the cat and the rock person. They're friends.
Give me the horn
Those
back.
two are friends.
Give me the horn back.
I assume
What's
they've
your horn?
already given it back.
You're just in there playing the horn. But only you can hear it in your head. You're like, oh, stop it. Anyway, so as the day goes by, it's starting to get into later afternoon.
Can you draw a tree?
But still kind of a fairly clear day with a bit of a nice
you draw
breeze coming
another
down from the
tree?
north, still behind the storm.
Hold the pencil
Um,
properly.
Ready? Ready? Draw
And
a
as
tree.
you kind of crest over a rise off on the next small kind of hill on the top, you can see some sort of construction ahead. As you make your way closer, you can see it's... Everyone has seen those kind of round Viking fortifications. So they're a large dirt berm in a circular ring style. So quite tall dirt berms. On top of the dirt, you can see a low stone wall, kind of additionally on top. And as you start getting closer, you can see some helmeted heads and spears of guards patrolling on the top of the berms. The road that you're following leads straight into this in through the dirt berms and leading through open doors. There's a small kind of gatehouse built around the road, made of stone. You can see the doors as you get closer are hanging open. They're wooden, but the outsides are plated in what looks like copper or some sort of metal from this distance. Coming out the sides of it, as you're kind of up on the top of the hill now, you can see the road kind of hits the T-junction, goes into the fortress, and then comes back out on the other. So this is kind of built as a ring over the top of the cross, the T-junction.
So we're up here now, are we?
Yep, so you're right here on this T-junction.
Okay.
Yep. And yeah, so you can see the three roads kind of lead into this fortress, kind of watching over the junction and the roads. As you get closer, you can see a lone guard standing, just kind of casually leaning against the open doors.
Turn it off.
Do you want to watch TV?
Well, TV's going off. No more now.
No more TV.
You wanna go
She's
watch it?
fine.
Go watch. Go watch.
Go sit on the couch.
Okay. T-junction.
So-
We've reached an inn, haven't we?
So as you start to get close, so you can see this, large earth berm, stone walls on top, small stone gatehouse with wooden doors, coated in metal, and a guard is leaning. As you start to draw closer, the guard kind of stands up straight, kind of just stands and just watches you as you approach.
What flavour is the guard?
As you get closer, you see he's human. Give me a perception check.
4.
4? Just kind of looks like a regular human. He's wearing hide armor with just a simple metal helmet on his head.
Would I know him
That's literally what it is.
from passing through? Don't know how many times if I've had.
You've passed through here. Give me here. Let me roll.
His name is Ron. I don't know. That's the only name I got stuck in my head at the moment.
What's the name?
I'm just saying, if I know him, his name is Ron.
No, so yeah, I'll say you've met him. His name's Rosto.
Yeah, close.
You're close.
And so yeah, you two approach and he kind of looks up to you and kind of looks at the car and is like, "What's your business coming in here?"
Taking a load of furs downriver.
He kind of looks up at if y'all want to come through here, I gotta inspect your car. Hey Gio, how y'all doing? Good to see you again.
Yeah.
School Joe, how you doing?
Yeah, we'll
You still
classify.
alive? Dutch cat. School Joe's like, yes, of course I'm still alive.
And he's like,
And he kind
yes,
of
this
wanders
is
up and looks, and he kind of like steps back and he's like, looks at you. He's like, what y'all doing with the cage in this cart?
We took it off some slavers that attacked us.
He was
Sounds
one
like
of
a
them.
likely story. Give me a persuasion check.
Quite high.
16, I'm guessing.
17.
Oh.
And looks at you and screams, "Is that right? No, I took it off some slavers."
Yeah, we picked up this guy, broke him free.
Alright, damn.
They attacked us
You
up
can
at
see we're not keeping anything in there.
Maximus.
Yeah, I can see that for now, but
Send Gurgi to go and
y'all should probably probably get rid of that cage. It looks suspicious.
Do you have a blacksmith you can sell it to? Even if it's just a scrap iron.
Maybe you'll
Seems the waste
go,
of good
go
iron
through
is
here
quite
and
high.
talk to the inn owner, and she may be able to help you out.
Might as well sell it rather than bin it.
Eat the ox.
It's usable metal.
You can't then move the car.
Are you going to move the car?
The car.
No, I'm not going to move the car.
No, the cage that you're in.
Ah, the cage.
Do you want to keep the
I
cage?
thought just waiting for the cart.
Go have a
Grant's been sleeping in
have
that
a
cage
chat with
every night.
them.
He goes and locks himself in, and everyone he lets himself
Go have a head on in. I won't hold you here, but have a chat with the owner of the inn, Laga. She's the manager of this vault.
Many people around, many people in the inn today?
Nah, just some shepherds came through a couple of days ago. But don't you go causing no problems and don't get any problems from us.
You know me.
I know.
I won't start anything unless something starts it. Someone else starts
Sure,
it.
you'll finish it.
You know it.
Get on in there. And he kind of steps aside and pushes open the second gate a little bit wider so you can fit your cart through. And as you continue on inside, so inside the fort, it's kind of divided up into 4. So you've got the road leading through. On your left and right, as you immediately get through, it's quite a large size fort. Maybe 250 meters across, diameter circle. It's pretty damn big. On the left and right, you can see essentially pastures, just grass in there with a low stone wall. On the right hand side, you can see a decent sized flock of these hardy looking goats, maybe about 50 or 60 of them, and a young boy kind of just sitting there, flicking rocks around, just sitting on the fence, kind of watching over the herd. Kind of just sees you and kind of eyes you off and kind of just keeps looking at the herd. Further down, you can see the 2 other quarters. On the left hand side, you can see 2 large longhouses. And on the right hand side, you can see 1 single large one, kind of a decent sized hall, longhouse style. But on the top of all the buildings, it's just the dirt is kind of built up over the top and grass is growing over the top of the buildings.
Frickin' hobbits.
They're not down into the area. They're just grass and dirt roofed.
Proto-hobbits.
Proto-hobbits.
Actually, no, that's a good. It's great roofing. It's very.
What isn't it? Not Scotland. One of those areas up in the Europe does it. What is it? What? The green roofing with the grass cuts.
And
stuff.
Geode, you know that the larger hall on the right is the Firbolg Inn, and the 2 buildings on the left are essentially temporary barracks. That some of the guards come up from Army Waters on rotations.
Yep.
Coming through. Because you know that this fort is guarded by the Crocodile Regiment from Army Waters.
Okay.
But yeah, the inn is there, and you kind of cruise on down to it and tie your animals up outside, and you want to step inside. Everyone wants to go inside, I assume.
Yeah, we'll go in and talk for
Kind of-
quarters.
Unless there's
It's getting quite late into afternoon, evening now.
oh, okay, so too late to go to a market or try and resupply.
Yeah, but they probably have some resupplies here, as definitely not Khajiit was explaining before.
Will you pass me the chewbacca bowl?
So as you
That's alright.
as you open the door, the inside steps down, takes a couple of steps down, and it's just compacted dirt floor. There's a long, sturdy table running down the centre. Down one side of the table, you can see a group of 5 humans.
The opal mining town.
Sorry, 4 humans and 1 halfling. Kind of in just simple commoners' clothes, various axes and knives at their belt, simple weapons. They're kind of just picking over a tray of food, and they kind of just look up your way and then just kind of continue on in hushed voices. The rest of the inside is pretty empty. You can see down one side there's a door leading into somewhere else, and the other end there's another door leading off into. It opens up and you can see a kitchen sort of area as a woman in a simple brown dress kind of walks out. She's fairly plain, normal-looking human woman, but all the way down the side of one of her head is just scars, just burnt scars, just as she's being horrifically burnt. You can see she's got a long sleeve dress on. You can see the scarring continuing down onto her right hand.
This would be the owner.
Yep.
And I'd
So you know
probably
this is Lagarth. Lagarth Halston.
Well, I'll hail her.
She kind of just gives you a nod and I'll be with you in a second. And she kind of goes and plonks a pitcher of ale and a bit more bread and cheese down in front of the shepherds that are sitting down the table. She comes back to all you guys, and gives you and Skooma Joe a nod, and looks to you as well, and she's like, "Have I met you before? Have you been through this way?" And at some stage, you probably have, maybe a year or two ago. You've been kind of wandering through.
Pass through.
Alright.
Sorry, my
Figured
memory
I'd
is terrible.
recognise you. Anyway, what can I do for all of you? You want to stay here for the night? Want some food? And Skoom Joe's like, we need a couple of days' rations for all of us. I'll shout. She's like, alright, I'll get that sorted for you. Are you all staying here tonight?
Yeah.
I look meaningfully at Skooma Joe.
She's like, you're welcome to pitch your tents outside. I'm sleeping in one of the rooms, but I'll sort your food out for the evening.
How much is a room for the night?
Lodging is 5 silver pieces for a room with 2 beds. So
It's okay, I'll share a bed. I'll keep someone warm.
You're a giant.
I'll keep someone warm.
Well, I've got 10 silver.
How much have I got?
Well, it says I got 10 gold, but I'm guessing it's been a slightly.
I've got 10 gold.
no, because you found your stuff
Okay.
on, like they just had your stuff on the card essentially. So you got all your stuff back.
Oh,
I wouldn't do that to you. Not without reason.
I got
I think I'm out after I bought everybody lunch.
You also found all that money on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the 10 silver that I'm keeping
Wait, did we
track
sell
of.
the cage yet? Did we get money from the blacksmith for the cage?
But how much is
No.
the lodging?
5 silver. So
For a 2-bed.
for 2 beds.
For a twin.
I can.
So-
I think I can afford
I
to
can-
I'll go with
Maths.
that.
Yeah.
share.
Maths.
How many silver pieces of gold?
I don't know. 10?
There are 9
Oh.
people in the
We're
party.
going metric, but
I'll shout to everyone going to buy some friends.
Just say 4 gold pieces will put you all up. Just
4
for
gold.
simplicity. 4 gold.
4
will put
gold?
you all
Okay,
up.
excellent.
Thank you very much.
And kind of Scuba Joe gives her over a bit of money and she's kind of like, right, I'll get you some food and your lodgings will be through that door. You can have those 5 rooms down on the left through there. I'm sure you'll fit. But I'll bring you out some food and ale. I'll be back. And she wanders back off into the back kitchen and kind of leaves you be at the table.
I'm going to get one of my companions to take Paul into the other room because he gets nervous in sort of company. It's the just take him away.
Paul's special.
I produce his special ball,
Okay.
and he's put in his room with his ball.
So less
He goes
stressful,
off
less
into
fishy
that
balls.
room.
It's like fuzz.
It's fairly chilly in here, and kind of you look over and there's a bit of a fireplace in the centre, but it's burning very, very low. Like it's just kind of cooking over on coals, and you see one of the shepherds kind of gets up and wanders over and puts a couple of more logs on the fire. It starts to build up, and as Lagarth comes back in, she kind of like starts at the fire and kind of glares at the shepherds, and kind of you can tell she's kind of keeping her distance from the flames. She kind of plonks your food down on the table and kind of rushes back out to the room again.
Oh, I'm done for the night.
One of the shepherds, as you're sitting around kind of eating your food, one of the shepherds kind of comes up and... What are you?
Half elf.
Huh.
I think that's quite
Give me
a
a
good
deception
question.
check.
I'm not lying. Where am I from?
Give me a deception check. You are lying.
No, I'm just not telling the whole truth.
What did you roll?
16.
It's like, huh.
It's lying by omission.
I'm just not saying what the other half is.
You're on.
He assumes human. That's not my fault.
Anyway, I guess there's all weird types. Kind of just wanders off back down to his other end. Kind of they're all just talking amongst themselves, muttering. And,
Well, that was rude.
It was, wasn't it?
Yes.
I am a half-elf. I'm
No
my
tips for
father's
this place.
but the rest of the night kind of.
growls at him.
Is there like an aurora coming off him?
Like water.
Like,
No, so he's got like silver eyes. He's like, you know, very Adonis-esque. He's quite a attention
grabbing.
person.
I have no sort of. There's no moles. There's no birthmarks. There's absolutely flawless skin.
Yeah. You're Legolas.
But the rest of the night kind of goes nothing else. The shepherds kind of all walk outside up, you know, ushering the evening and kind of pick up their packs that were against the wall and go
Before we
back
go
out.
out, I'm going to sort of head over to them and go, would you mind saying, do you have any goats?
Oh, yeah, I guess we could sell one or two. How many after?
Just one for milk, really.
One for milk. I guess we could do one for milk. That'd be 1 gold piece.
I can do you 8 silver.
Let me look up how much livestock go for.
I'd say I offer him an appropriate price for livestock because I also have no idea.
Give me a persuasion check.
I realise I have more money than I thought I did. I got my gold and copper the wrong way around.
Oh, that'll do it.
I thought I had like 1 gold and 8 copper. I've got 8 gold and 1 copper.
Shit, they charge they charge about 4 gold.
I got a
for
25 persuasion, if that helps.
I guess old Derek in there was a bit rude to earlier tonight. We'll do it for 3 gold. 3 gold for
3 gold sounds. It is a female that's producing milk, isn't it?
sure.
It is.
We'll go get one for you. With that check, he'll deliver a. So he comes back down, kind of. Well, I'm not taking it inside.
No.
Kind of standing with a female goat.
Well, we've got
Out of full
lodgings
of
for
milk.
our ox and donkey, haven't we? With our stuff.
Yeah. So as you come outside, you can see a teenage boy, just in plain, commoner's clothes, is kind of taking them. There's a small stable area built on the side, so the wagon's parked out the front of it. And yeah, the oxen and
We've
the donkey
taken the
are kind
furs
of in
into a room.
I give the boy a copper. Now I realise I actually have money.
there. I'll make sure they're well fed and well watered, and I'll take care of them. Don't worry, nothing's gonna get by me.
Fantastic.
Pulls out a knife. He sits there. I'll keep him safe for you, Governor. He's just looking at it, and adds the donkey to the goat to your small growing herd.
What? What did you say?
Sensible thing to have if you travel.
Some supply of milk if you can keep it alive.
Goats
Right,
are
so
easy. Various other bits.
the night goes by, without issue. You all kind of settle down and get a good night's sleep, and wake up next morning. And, what would you like to do?
Level up.
Not quite.
Well, we've got to sell that iron cage. So, see if there's
A blacksmith, isn't
a
it?
blacksmith or a tinkerer that wants some.
Well,
off-
Magus says that. Well, we don't have any blacksmiths here, but sometimes they come through. I could probably take it off you for. There's a lot of iron in there. 3 gold pieces.
Persuasion.
Go for it. Give me a persuasion check.
21.
That's pretty damn good. All right. 4 gold pieces. 4 gold pieces. I'll take that cage off you. Probably shouldn't be carrying it around anyway. It's suspicious.
Yeah. Is that replenishes our room money that we spent, doesn't it? Yeah.
And there you go. Free lodging essentially for the evening.
Yeah. I'll hand it off to Grant. There you go. I'll pay for our lodging for the evening.
Thanks.
And you continue on south, I assume.
How many days worth of rations do we get?
Before you guys head off, you get another enough for you guys for another 3 days.
Cool. So 27 rations.
27 rations.
Add to the.
And some for the animals too.
They forage. They forage as they kind of walk along.
Okay.
Best thing about goats.
I wasn't sure if we had to get oats or something, or carrots for the donkey.
Nah, they eat grass as they're happily wandering along.
Yeah, I'll do inventory if people want me to. So we've got.
So
how many
it's
furs do we have? What other sort of stuff?
it's just 200 gold pieces worth of fine furs.
We can't sell that here.
Not here, no. So Scooby Joe has told you that he's probably got a buyer for that's going to pay good money.
What did you? We've got half a suit of plate as well.
We got a full.
So it's plate of full plate armor. Sorry, a suit of full plate armor, but it's pretty badly damaged.
Beyond the point I could fix with mending. I
Yeah,
assume?
so it's missing parts. It's kind of torn up. So I'll give you the exact. So it probably costs to repair it back to a full suit about 500 gold. Like full suit of armor is expensive.
Half plate.
To turn it into a half plate, it'll cost about 200 gold pieces to
I'm happy with just doing half, but
add
yeah.
additional pieces. That's that's kind of by the book's price. You might be able to do some wheeling and dealings, do some dodgy, do some favours, whatever you need to do.
No problem. I'm assuming that you're both competent in full plate. Yeah, you can get it to full plate.
Yeah, you can get there, but full plate's pretty damn expensive, and it's finely crafted. It just needs some definitely significant repairs and replacement parts.
What's your armor at the
Knees are
moment?
cracked. Yeah, exactly. Like you can do some small fixes onto it,
I'm chainmail.
but there's
Chainmail
literal
as well.
like the back of the greave is gone, whereas something's ripped out the back of his calf. The breastplate is like near on torn in half.
Yep.
It'd be like forge welded back together. Yeah, a lot of
We
big
know
fixes.
what armor breaks.
Yeah. Straps are all gone. All the straps are gone. Gamson's on fire. So the next morning you load up all your equipment and leave the Flamborg, heading south.
Can I have asked last night
Mhm.
if there's any rumours of trouble on the road?
Sure.
Just sort of
No, I haven't.
people
Well,
saying there's more holes
Yeah,
in
so
the
you kind
road
of-
or
One of the kids is kind of hanging around. One of Lagat's sons, and he's like, "Well, there's heard some rumours from some of the shepherds that came through. The ragged man's been sighted again a while ago. We always just kind of close up the doors whenever we hear that he's around. Trouble seems to follow him.
Who's the ragged man?
Sorry,
I don't know. I think he's
Yeah, I know, but like if they know more.
So one of the kind of shepherds over here, he's like, "Oh, he's a. I've heard he's a demon. He came from Belgoth's pigs." And I was like, "No, you idiot! He's a ghost. He was one of the soldiers killed back in the Deicide War." I was like, "No, I've heard that he's an actual god, still wandering around."
the spell.
And yeah,
No. Damn it.
one of the shepherds
why?
is like,
No, fuck with these guys.
Oh.
"Yeah, the bloody ragged man. Every time we hear signs from him, we just kind of stake out one of our sheeps out on the hills at night and just kind of keep our distance. And the next morning we came back and this thing was just cut to ribbons and drained of its blood. So yeah, if you see that thing around,
Well, I did see him with a couple of wolves when he walked off.
be careful of the ragged man.
Will do.
Yeah.
Has it only killed livestock?
You hear that people have been known to go missing when the ragged man's around,
I'm guessing
and he
maybe
seems
the tens
to wander the plains.
Oh, I don't see it.
One was like, "Yeah, I swear I saw him one time on the top of a hill. He was in armor of some sort. He had a sword, and he was huge. He was like 10 feet tall." And I'm like, "No, he wasn't. He was short. We saw
That
him."
sounds like wild stories now. I'm too much heat stroke for you guys.
Yeah. Lagath kind of approaches you, and she's, as she's just, chatting, she's like, "Well, some of those bloody Shining Legion folks come through here a while ago. They're not welcome around here, so we moved them on.
They're not as snappy dresses as you like the guards, are they?
The Shining Legion? No, they're pompous assholes in golden armour and
As opposed to
beautiful
crocodiles.
strange. Yeah, as you kind of, looking around, some of the guys that have come through for dinner and that, and as they walk through there, just, fairly normal-looking humans, some men, some women, all, just wearing hide armour, and, one of them's come in and he seems to have, like, scales down one side of his face. Another one has, poking out from his armour. One of his arms is covered in what looks like crocodile skin.
It's not something that's happened similar to me, is it?
Give me a history check if you know anything about the Crocodile Legion.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, like it says,
definitely
we shifted
not.
on those bloody pompous Shining Legion assholes. They're always one of you goddamn celestial bastards. What was that?
2.
2? You can't. You know the guards. You know old Rosto, but you haven't really paid attention. You've probably seen. Rosto does have. You've seen one of his legs is like. Large pieces of crocodile-looking skin down his leg, but you thought it was rude to ask.
Yeah.
So you haven't really asked about it.
All right. Cool. That's all right. I found an opportunity to sort of go.
Anyway,
Okay, so
if you guys are happy, the next morning you head out.
Yep. We're still going. I'm sorry.
I'm road.
I'm
No,
not
that's
missing.
all good.
We're walking my road.
Yeah.
Just because we can, as you step off, going down through the plains. It's a nice empty day. A bit of a breeze blowing up. You're going down south now from the crossroad. Yeah, you're going down south. You just hear a roar come out, and see an owlbear charging at you just because you got everyone roll initiative quickly.
Oh, what?
You'll let it take a second. I'm sure.
Woo! Natural 1.
Just because we have an owlbear out here and I'm not there,
Okay.
isn't it fantastic?
I didn't yet. We didn't find those guys.
Because you're clumsy, you're going to modify it to your...
It's okay.
Right, so 25 down to 20. Oh, 20 to 15.
16.
16.
Oh yeah,
You
see.
got good
The
dice.
highest.
15 down to 10.
10.
Leg.
Oh dear.
Same order. I think.
10 down to
8.
5.
I got 8.
Geode.
It's the same order. 8.
I know you were before me.
I was before you last
Oh,
time.
okay.
I got it too.
And
In
Elspeth.
that one.
These
That
dice
one.
do not like initiative orders.
Esme, you're up first. This thing is just charging. He's seen your ox and he's hungry.
Not the ox. Ah! Firbolg.
He's not a level appropriate encounter.
He is actually.
No.
One of them is. 2 of them, not so much.
Please.
Let's see if you can target him down. So he's putting right on the edge. Now, you've seen him coming. So what are you doing? What are you casting?
Next one.
No, it's alright.
Firebolt.
Firebolt?
Firebolt? Right, firebolt. Roll it.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, nice. Do some damage.
19 plus stuff.
I don't know. I've got the 18. Oh, it's got 18 double factorial.
Ooh.
6.
Oh, no, mine's got the...
That's a 9.
But 9
I think you got
plus.
No, it's not that one. Sorry.
No, there's no pluses. 9 damage. Nice. It's now the owlbear's turn, so it's going to charge at Geode.
No! Oh, well.
Where's Geo?
Geo's
8,
turn.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep, keep going. 25, 40. It's got 40
Shield.
damage. Well, wait until he
Okay.
attacks the Sweeney.
Sorry.
So he's going to take 2 attacks, one with his beak and one with his claw.
It's half bear, half owl,
Or
angry.
So, first attack is 8 plus 7.
Thanks. I just
15,
back
which I'm
in.
plus.
16.
16 misses. Second attack is 14 plus 7. That hits. Do you want to... 14 plus 7 is 21? 21.
Shield won't help you.
Shield won't help you.
Oh, okay.
That was with its claw. Ooh, that's actually a lot of damage. But there's only one of them, so you'll probably be fine. There's one of the D8.
Can we go back to the inn after this?
That's right, it only does 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. As he claws into you, just dragged through, just blood pouring out of the wound behind it. Idrach, you're up.
I'm going to stamp my staff on the floor, and there's this sonorous ringing noise, and it can make me a wisdom save.
Towards the dead.
Towards the dead. That's a 5.
Huzzah! Can I borrow a d12?
Wisdom 6. D12. 0 damaged.
6.
6.
Bong.
Geode, you're up. Azzoth, you're afterwards.
I'm gonna just.
Also, all of your followers just kind of panic and run, away from the edge.
It's that hide behind the cart.
The donkey bolts.
The donkey does not bolt, it's being led.
It tries to bolt. Give me a strength check by Paul.
What's his strength?
+2.
4.
The donkey bolts. Paul goes running after it.
What about the goat?
I didn't roll for the goat. But the oxen got a natural 20.
The goat's
fine.
tied to the cart.
The goat's also tied to the cart and it's fine. The goat's kind of happily.
It's just strangling itself.
The goat's happily sheltering next to the oxen.
So he's over here.
Geode, you're up.
I'm gonna try and hit him with my.
Magnus is still in the cart because he's an old man.
9 plus 5.
14, that'll hit. Nice.
What's that? 9 plus 3. 12.
12. Nice. Azzoth.
Okay, I dive off the
Then
cart.
Elspeth.
So I'm guessing that's
Hang
hard
on.
to get down there.
I might.
Like double.
Yeah, sure. Oh, you want to? Okay, yep, that's right. Pick it up there.
Okay. And
Right.
I'll
Attack.
advantage.
Yep.
So
We're
6,
working
6,
with
Yep,
you.
that'll hit. Give me damage.
5 plus 4, so 9.
9 damage. Nice.
And I'll also do action surge.
Antibiotic stuff.
Yeah.
It's making my tongue
So
tingle.
12.
Antiseptic.
That's what it's meant to do.
Action surge. What's that?
I'm used to the
12 plus
ones
stuff. Yep,
where
that'll
they
hit.
make your
18.
tongue and
Yep.
throat go numb, but it's not.
It doesn't actually
2,
make it,
6.
it just makes it
6 damage.
easier.
Nice.
It's tingling. It's interesting.
So this thing is just like you're just hacking and chopping this thing's like just going ballistic,
Something's
just
wrong with the
roaring,
owlet.
chopping and snapping, just
This one is
in an
so
absolute
wrong.
blood rage. Elspeth, you're up.
Can I use guiding bolt?
Sure can. Go for it.
Okay. How do I do it?
Roll attack.
So make
Attack.
a range spell attack. So
Range
that's
spell attack. So
plus 5.
plus 5
Plus
for your
5.
attack.
Okay.
Nice, it
18
hits.
plus 5.
Yep, and then
Make 4d6s. Oh, thank you.
there we go.
So you just want to go through to
8.
That's
12.
6.
12 plus 6, 18.
Oh, that's some big numbers.
Oh, what a shame.
18, 17.
What is that?
That's a 6 apparently.
It's the
I
sign
take
of the Pathfinder Society.
60.
So if you play in one of their conventions,
Yeah.
So as it kind of rears up and goes to take just another chomp out of Geode's side where it's just clawed into it, rears up and just this blast of radiant energy just slams through its throat out the back, just drops back down, not moving again.
Ah, yay!
Still kind of flickering, glowing with the leftover radiant energy.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I knocked the owl out of the owlbear.
Yeah, it's just a bear now.
And that'll be enough. So
What?
just while we have everyone here, that'll be enough to level up. Level 3.
You roll.
Just because we had an owlbear here and I wanted to fight an owlbear.
With a D8?
Because we can. So everyone
Why am I wrong?
roll your health and then you
Roll
can
your
figure out what you're doing for the rest of leveling up.
Roll a d6.
Roll your health.
10, level up.
I don't think so.
What's my
Yep,
soul?
so your D8,
I've rolled.
figure out how much you get. D10 for a
There's one
fighter.
hit die, isn't it?
Yep, 1 hit dice. So you
Three.
plus your 3 plus your constitution.
So
Go for
4.
Constitution.
That's not good.
So you get
Oh,
4,
yeah.
4 hit points.
4 plus 2, so 6.
5.
You get 6 hit points.
Go into.
Sky.
There should be an eddy.
Nice.
What is that? 9?
9 plus your con. 4 plus 4. Nice, that's 13 more hit points. Tanky.
Oh.
Nice roll.
Sky, do you know how to level up in the app?
Yep, so.
Circle thing.
So I got 3.
No, I got 6.
So you'll have to go
Ooh, nice.
into.
Very nice. So yeah, plus whatever your con is, if you got different constitution modifiers. And we'll call it there for a day. we'll crack on with.
Emma, gentle. Gentle on the text, please. Gentle. Like feather gentle. Feather. Feather gentle. Good job.
My notes afterwards.
Browser.
I only got 6.
So for anyone still watching at home, thank you for watching.
I didn't die!
That was episode 2. No one died.
So if we can
No one made any horrific enemies.
Here.
No one made any bad ideas about attacking random people for no reason. And hence they didn't get viciously mauled to death in their sleep.
Yay!
I mean, that may or may not have happened.
We survived another
They're
day.
finding out some rumours, they're finding out some they're finding some things that have happened.
We didn't attack each other.
You didn't attack each other.
Yeah, that might
You're all becoming bestest of friends.
slowly.
Now I got now damage.
And we got an Albert miniature.
I'll take you to the main page.
Just
That's
for this.
hilarious.
Why not?
Don't lie, a white dragon.
Okay, so
They or may not already have a white dragon at home.
I might have bought Bryce a white dragon for his birthday last year.
Yes.
edit character.
And I'm just waiting for an excuse to use it.
I have a range of other dragons available.
We'll leave that to level 4.
Level 3.
Oh, should I turn this off, Sky?
Yes, great.
Oh yeah, you can. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Good night.
Very well. Very well. We'll see you
Till
next
next
week.
week.
I
You
chill
say
anyone.
fairly well?
Change that.